Alright, hey, what's up guys? Coach Mac, Play Fast Football. Alright, going to take a quick look today at something that I've been working with a little bit this off-season. It's looking at some split back stuff with Y off, which is the split back stuff we used to do out of 20 personnel with a slot out there, but now looking at some Y off stuff, adding a guy in the core that can do some things. He's off so he can pull and he can zip backside. You can add a blocker with the split back stuff. So some really intriguing stuff that we're looking at. Make sure you check out some of our sponsors. All right, Dome Hats, the headwear sponsor we use. Baker Sporting Goods makes all my coaching gear and our players' gear. JustPlayFB, which is the playbook software that we use, and the play diagramming tool that I use to speak at clinics or to do webinars. GameStrat, the sideline replay system that we use. DifferenceUSA, ultimate striking machine. HighandTight, ball security training aid that we use with our players. And then StandPerfect, which is a training aid we use to teach our players how to get into comfortable, consistent, reliable stances. So make sure you check out all of our partners. So we've been running split back stuff actually as a tempo package. It was a change up for us, more so than it was a staple. But you know, I've always liked what split backs can give you. I think it gives some tendency breakers to your normal offense if you play with a Y off or a sniffer, and you know, like we used to play with two backs and one of them was a sniffer. I think a lot of teams would read the sniffer, he'd bring you to the ball. Well, now I think sometimes the split backs can kind of break up some of those reads. But when you go split backs Y off, which is really 21 personnel, essentially, to me you're kind of getting the best of all the different worlds. Maybe you're not spreading the field as much as you like with the Y in the slot. All right, but now once you bring him back in the core, you have the ability to do some things with him, and because he's off, you can use him as a puller, you can use him on the front side, you can zip him to the back side, you can still get him out in the passing game. So a lot of good things that you can do out of it. So, you know, the thing I like about it is the fact that with the split backs, we can gain an extra blocker where we need one. We can gain a guy in an option phase to, you know, if you're facing some scrape exchange or you're trying to get +1 somewhere. You know, there's a couple different things that you can do within the run game. So like for us, if we started with our normal counter play, all right, we were going to run counter weak and we were going to double there and have to down block the 4-eye. All right, now we could pull the guard and pull the Y off. All right, but the added bonus of the split backs is we also get another front side blocker, okay, to where we can do this one of two ways. All right, we can run it where if we think we can scoop the 4-eye, all right, and cut them off with that player, we could still possibly get some of our RPO game on the backside. Or we could possibly arc release to a force player if we want to read a 4-eye and now have the quarterback pull. So we could have an escort or an arc release out there for the quarterback. But we're going to gain that front side. All right, we'll gain that front side tailback on the outside now, so that if it was like the tight front stuff with an extra middle safety, and now we got to account for maybe those guys and that guy in the fit, now we can gain an extra body because of the split back scenario. All right, so the split backs give you obviously the ability to do simple things like that in the counter game. Okay, I think split backs give you the ability to run some things in the insert world. All right, to where now you can get a little bit funky, especially with the tight front. Okay, where you could on the front side, all right, where you could work out with a tackle, and then you could still be working with leverage down double teams here. You've got great leverage on the backside to work out there. Now you've got, with the Y off, a guy that can kick, and now you can take a body and wrap, and it becomes very similar to a counter scheme. Now you're doing it with the Y off and the other back. So versus that tight front, you can kick that 4-eye. All right, you can arc release that front side tackle, get them out where you need them, still have great leverage, double in the nose. I think double in the nose in high school is something that you have to the best of your ability, you have to physically try to double that nose as much as you can, because I think he's going to create a lot of issues. You've got your backside taken care of, 4-eye out to overhang, all right, on the backside. Then if this was the front side of the read, again, you could still carry, you know, whatever RPOs you wanted to carry to the front side. So you've got everything taken care of. You're now getting an insert theory where you are trapping a 4-eye and inserting a back. So it looks very much like counter. It's very similar to counter. You're just inserting a back on the inside backer, kicking out on the 4-eye. Okay, so obviously, you know, you've got very simple scenarios just like those right there. I think at any time now you can work the ball to the perimeter. So you've got it built in. All right, with the tight end here now, you've got it built in where you get a great angle on the 4-eye. Tight end can get an angle on the mic. You can now pin and pull and get a guard out for the force. You can get the lead back out, all right, as an extra blocker there. You can work to scoop the nose and try and get the backside guard wrapped up and run your buck sweep type deals here, cut off the 4-eye on the backside. So now you're running pin and pull, getting at least one, if not both guards out, and you're getting a lead blocker to the front side. All right, so I think there's a lot of great things that you can do with that scenario there. I think you could run the same theory and make it a triple option theory to where you'd be solo on the nose. All right, you pull both guards, you down block the front side, the Y would get to the mic, but now on the back side you just kind of slip arc release out there just in case you get a scrape exchange so you can take care of one of them. You're looking at buck sweep this way with a possible, all right, triple option theory there, reading off the 4-eye, so if the 4-eye were to squeeze, quarterback keeps the ball. Now he's got a pitch player with an arc release there, all right, so that makes it tough on that middle safety. He's getting pullers, and he's getting a back. That's actually a number 3 coming his way. Probably going to keep him front side on the fit. You got all the flow of the pullers going that way with the ability to possibly go triple option to the backside, all right, so I just think little scenarios like that, using that other back, all right, as an option guy, as a lead blocker, while also using and utilizing the Y off in a position where, you know, the Y off can do some things for you. You still get a chance, if you get heavy boxes, you still get a chance to get, all right, if you're getting, you know, 8-man fronts or heavy boxes, you still get a chance now. You can put an X and a Z out wide, and now you get some one-on-one matchups in the passing game. All right, you could max protect, play action, and throw some things. You could throw your normal drop back theories to where you can get 3 out. So we could very easily, you know, still go snag, corner flat with, all right, some type of push flare route, and we can still get some type of check down or something we want from the back with whatever we want on the backside. So I still think you have all your drop back concepts that you want to run, all right? And then I think you can also, for us, like the way we try to stay in the gap scheme duo world, now I think you can have some wrinkles to where, you know, front side you can run a duo play, get the double there to the mic, get the double there to the will, out on the backside. Now you've got the tight end kind of blocked down, and now what you can do is you can get a back out in front to lead for the force player, get your duo downhill. If everything gets pinned inside and the ball has to bounce, you can now double crack this and leave the corner alone. All right, you could possibly run glance or something there where maybe your RPO could be off the high safety now because you can technically use the other back to block, all right, for the overhang there. You still could have your quarterback checking backside. He could have any one of these access throws on the backside. So now you've got your front side duos, you know, kind of like zone read, however you want to look at it. But now you're trying to pin the end. If the end gets wider and you can kick them, that's fine. Front side tailback hitting the duo play, reading off the mic. Now if it bounces, if you get everything pinned inside and it bounces, you've got an escort out there. So I think there's so many things, and obviously those are just a few drawings, but I think the split back theory is such a great theory because you can get 2 guys back there that can both be ball carriers as long as they can be physical and block some things. Hopefully you put them on outside backers more than you would on defensive ends. And, you know, if you want to run any kick theories, you use the Y off as the kick player, and then you try and insert or do something else with the other tailback. You can get an extra blocker, like the first counter play we drew up. You can get an extra blocker to that side. You can bring that tailback back and now keep him involved in the triple option theory if you're playing scrape exchange teams. So I think split back stuff is really good. I've always liked it. I've always been a big fan of it. I think it breaks some tendencies and some keys. But then when you add that Y off, you know, that Y that's kind of in the core, he gives you a 3-man surface. It's 21 personnel, but he's off. So now with him being off, now what you've done is you've given him the ability to go backside. You've given him the ability to pull. You've given him the ability to do some things that you want to do, all right, rather than just stay true 21 personnel. Yes, you could put him up on the ball and back the Z up and go 21 personnel if you chose to. But I think in the Y off world, there's so many more things you can do with that Y. You can bring him behind. You can run some of your slice theories where maybe he goes into flat and now you put another back out there to lead block or escort them. You can run your bluff theories with the quarterback, where now you could bring that backside tight end and a back and get into the zone read bluff game, or the gap scheme bluff game, where if the quarterback pulls, he has two escorts out there. So you're really running it almost in. It almost becomes a quasi three-back set in a way, even though that tight end is probably not going to be involved in any of the meshes or exchanges, but it gives you that ability to have two backs now, that tight end and that other back, that you can use in the blocking scheme. You can use one as a pitch player, which now makes teams defend option. Scrape exchange gives you kind of a +1 to handle scrape exchange. So I think it's a really good set to look at, something that we, with our personnel, we are definitely going to look at. I think it'll break some tendencies, break some keys, and I think it stays within the base rules of a lot of the things that we want to do. All right, maybe a wrinkle here or there where we have to arc release a tackle and not down block, but I think for us in our world, it keeps us consistent, keeps us simple with what we want to do, and it gives us another package to look at that is not just Y-off sniffer based, he takes you to the ball on every play. So I think it's worth looking at. It's something we've definitely been studying, so hopefully it helps you guys out, for you guys that may be running some stuff like that. All right, good for you if you're already at it, already doing it. I think 21 personnel, quasi 21 personnel, is making a little bit of a return in football. Obviously, if you were a stretch team, you could do a lot of great things out of that. You could zip the backside and still have a lead blocker on the front side. You could insert on somebody. Just a lot of great things I think you can do. I think it's a great formation. I appreciate all you guys and everything you do for Play Fast Football. If you are not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. Turn the notifications on so you know every time we do a video, or if I do YouTube Live, you get that notification. Make sure you leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you like the content. Don't like the content, it always helps me understand what I need to do better for the next time. And as always, leave a comment in the comment section. If I see it and it makes it to my end and it's a comment about the video or about football, I always respond, positive or negative. Even the negative comments I try to respond to, because it's all opinion based. It's what I think about the game of football and what I like to try and do, or what I might be thinking about at the current time or in the current moment with the game of football. So anybody else's opinion helps me, whether it's positive or negative. So don't be afraid to leave negative comments. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I've been doing this a long time. It's not going to bother me. It's not going to hurt my feelings. If that's your opinion, then go ahead and share your opinion. All right, but again, end of school. Good luck to everybody in the summer. Have a great summer. Relax a little bit. Get right back into your workout program. Get your team ready to go for next year, and hopefully we'll be back in a normalized world with everything we're doing. So you can look for, hopefully, the second Play Fast Football Clinic in January, hopefully at the same venue at the Embassy Suites in St. Augustine. Hopefully getting it lined up again and trying to add off of the things that we did a year and a half ago, because it went over so good the first time. So look forward to seeing that in the future, all right? I appreciate everything you guys do for me, everything you do for Play Fast Football. Stay safe out there. Keep working. Enjoy your time off if the summer's getting ready to start for you. And remember, you won't play well until you play fast, and I'll see you next time.